You have used electricity your entire life without once needing to explain a power grid. You flip the switch, the light comes on, and no one at the dinner table has ever made you feel behind for not knowing what a transformer does. AI vocabulary should work the same way, but it doesn't. Because somewhere along the line, the jargon became a bouncer. People drop the acronyms in headlines and posts and meetings. Half of them can't explain the terms either. And business owners who could genuinely use this stuff nod along and quietly conclude it must not be for them. So today I'm doing what somebody should have done for you months ago. The two terms you keep hearing explained so plainly that you'll be the one explaining them at dinner. No code, no diagrams, and no making you feel small on the way. Hey friend, I'm Makeda Bohm. I've closed nearly $10 million in tech sales over 4 years, earned 7 figures doing it. And here I teach service-based business owners how to use AI, automations, systems, and agents to create more money, time, and options. AI is moving at the speed of daily, and I help you keep up. And if you're new here, leave a review and tell me what made you stay. That's my favorite kind of note. Term 1. You'll see it written as M.C.P. It stands for Model Context Protocol, and I want you to forget that name immediately because the name helps nobody. Here's the picture instead. Imagine your AI is a brilliant advisor sitting in the room with you. It can tell you exactly what to click, what to type, what order to do things in inside any software you use. Great advice. One catch, the advisor has no hands. It can only narrate. You still walk to the computer and click every single button yourself, one at a time, exactly as instructed. An M.C.P. is what happens when the advisor gets hands. It's an agreed upon way of connecting things that lets your AI actually reach into a piece of software and operate it. Not describe the steps. Do the steps. Read the actual subscriber lists. Create the actual invoice. Tag the actual customer. Update the actual calendar. The advisor stops being a narrator and becomes someone who can do the thing on your behalf while you do something better with your afternoon. If the hands picture doesn't land for you, here's a second one. It's a universal travel adapter. Before you had one, every country's outlet needed its own special plug. The adapter is one agreed standard both sides understand, and suddenly everything connects to everything. An M.C.P. is that adapter between your AI and your business software. Once it exists for a tool, your AI can plug straight in instead of you being the adapter, hand-carrying instructions from the chat window into the software, click by click. Term 2, agent to agent, sometimes written A to A, and this one's even simpler. If the first term is about your AI getting hands into your software, this one is about your AI workers talking directly to each other instead of everything routing through you in the middle. Picture a relay race. One runner's job is research, say finding opportunities that fit your business. Another runner's job is writing, turning what was found into a draft in your voice. The old way, even with good AI, you were the middle of that relay. You'd take the research from one conversation, copy it, carry it to another conversation, and start over. You were the baton. Agent to agent means the baton passes directly. The researcher hands to the writer, and what reaches you isn't homework. It's a finished draft, ready for your yes or no. This isn't science fiction in my business. It's plumbing that already runs. Most of my AI employees work through doors exactly like these, reading and operating the actual tools my business runs on. It's a real part of why one person can run departments. But here's the sentence I actually brought you here for, and it matters more than both definitions combined. The doors are neutral. Hands are neutral. Plumbing is neutral. What matters is what flows through. An AI with hands into your invoicing software and no real knowledge of your business, your prices, your boundaries, your voice is not a helpful employee. It's a fast, confident stranger with the keys to your building. Every impressive thing these connections make possible depends entirely on whether the AI walking through the door actually knows your business. The plumbing gets built by the software companies, largely without you. The knowing is your job. That's the part I teach, and it's the part that decides everything. If you want to know what should walk through those doors first in your business, take the free AI employee report at audit.seedinsociety.com. 11 questions, about 3 minutes, and it names your first AI employee based on where you're leaking money, time, or options. One honest note before I close it out, because the truth always holds nuance. This vocabulary will change. The acronyms you hear this year will be replaced by new ones. And the people who collect acronyms will always feel behind because that race has no finish line. The principles don't change. Tools get hands. Workers pass batons. And the business whose knowledge is documented and current gets the full benefit of both, while everyone else gets a very fast stranger. Learn the principle once, and you can ignore the jargon forever. Here's where I want to leave you. Nobody gatekeeps electricity by making you explain the grid. And nobody gets to gatekeep this from you either. The therapist in Dakar, the consultant in Phnom Penh, the shop owner in Halifax, none of them need a computer science degree for what's coming. They need plain language in their own business, documented. You now understand the two terms better than most of the people posting about them. That's not a small thing. That's the moat coming down. That's more money, because doors that let your AI act instead of advise are how the work actually gets done without a payroll. That's more time, because you stop being the baton, hand carrying every result from one window to the next. And that's more options, because once you understand what's possible in plain language, you get to decide what to build next, instead of waiting to feel qualified. Sign up for the newsletter at seedinsociety.com/newsletter. And send this episode to the smartest business owner you know who's been quietly nodding along at AI Talk for a year. You'll be the reason the lights come on. If the show helps you, a rating and a review helps it reach the next person nodding along. Until next time, continue planting the seeds for a better society.